Well, I thought I'd do a video real quick. It's Monday, June 12th, about 9:30 in the morning. We got our rain. We got a good rain. I would say it was a $2 million rain, not the $1 million. I'd say that was a two. Now that's just a good start. Ended up with basically a good general 2-inch rain. Had 8/10 whenever I checked it in the yesterday morning. And that was really kind of what I figured. We wouldn't even get that total. So that was 9:30. We took the kids to Sunday school, and I pretty well kind of figured it was over with. Kind of looked at the radar. Yeah, you saw some building back in, but I kind of said, it ain't going to do much. That's 8/10 where we're going to stay. There was no runoff. It was all gone, soaked in. So I thought, okay, no big deal. Then we started cooking lunch on our smoker and looked at the radar, and here it came, just pissing, pouring. Finished with 2.1, what I showed. The shop shows in the last 24 hours we've had 8/10, or 0.89. So again, I'm not sure how accurate that is. It's sitting up there on our one grain bin right there. And we do think that the staircase kind of messes with it, but it's this way here, it's going to get tore off. But it's close, 24 hours. Yeah, I mean, and heck, your rain can vary so much from 20 feet, what we've kind of seen before anyway. But it shows 24 hours, 0.8 or 0.9, basically 0.89. But anyway, now it did do some runoff. No big deal. It's minor. We still got, I'd say, 1.5 inches easy. And I washed our row crop cultivator off. We're basically done. That was kiboshed it, which is no big deal. I cultivated 32 of corn on corn, and I cultivated a 30 of my very, very first field we planted. It was tiled. I kind of wanted to cultivate it, I thought, just kind of maybe throw some dirt in the tile lines. Still kind of rough over them, which it's going to be. I mean, maybe I kind of thought in some ways too I'd run some dirt through them. That is all I cultivated. I did cultivate another field I made around it, and I seen it had some pretty good water hemp. So we had the co-op come in and done a respray on it from the Tri-Volt, which I'm not sure why that field was so bad, but they resprayed it Friday, and I went driving around They sprayed it Friday morning, and I went driving around late Friday morning, and then Saturday and walked a lot of cornfields. They resprayed about 150 acres for us of corn, mainly just borders. All they did was pretty well borders. The majority, the first 40 feet was where a lot of it was at. They went ahead and sprayed 120 when they was doing it, because I mean you always got some end-rows and all that. The end-rows always more pressure, so they went ahead and resprayed it. Everything else looked kind of spotless. I know we'll probably regret a few fields. I cultivated one field. Now, a lot of them I can't cultivate the outside row if the guest row is too tight from where you make it straighten back up. But and the curve, I ain't no curve cultivator. It just means more iron blight to me. But nope, we might regret not spraying some more. But I kind of walked as much as I could, and I thought the cultivator was doing a decent job on some places I was at, so called it good, and we left it. So be it. It'll be what it'll be. I do got a spot I am going to walk, though, because there is some grass, and I don't know if I did get it with a cultivator running 1-inch sweeps, but I sped up pretty good on it. But I can look at that real quick. That's no big deal. I can check that here a few days or so. But I got another batch of thistle spray to spray out. Will not do it today due to I washed the cultivator and I was downright freezing. My hands were ice cold. That water was cold. So, I mean, great day. It'd be a great day to be in a grain bin. Of course, won't happen. You know how that goes. But right now, I'm cleaning out the 245. I'm just getting the stuff out of it. Taking out the nav, because the nav does not go with the tractor. The nav stays with the combine. So, going to put it in the combine, and going to take the RTK thing off it and put it on the combine as well, so it's ready to cut wheat. That'll be the last thing I have to do to it. But basically, just while I'm here, I'm cleaning out the cab because I'm basically done with it. I'm going to put it on the grain cart here after a bit. Hopefully the Gavilon or Viterra can come get some corn this week. Because I want to clean out. I want to get one grain bin cleaned out. Hopefully tomorrow. It would be my hope. Hopefully get somebody here tomorrow and get it cleaned out because I just want to get it cleaned out. That's kind of my hope. Kind of get that done. But yeah, that's where I'm just kind of cleaning this cab out while it's nice and cool, and I can kind of rinse it off real quick. But have not got a call yet. I'm not going to call the guy. I kind of hope it's later this week. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Wheat harvest. Now I did check 38 acres of the ultra early variety. We got 16 acres of it as well, but the 16 acres is holding very, very green. Don't know why, but that 38's really seemed like I kind of thought yesterday driving down there in the pouring rain that the straw just really kind of died and dried up. I mean, yeah, just kind of weird, but the 16 acres is not different ground, and it's also deer grazed hard. I mean, which we kind of thought that would make it more delayed, what we kind of thought. Like I said, the combine's not rolling yet. We're nowhere close. Draper head, I can pull it out sometime. I mean, I really had a notion of trying to pull it out tomorrow or so, and just kind of back it in here. But I mean, I can if I can't load grain, I can almost get a sickle or two ready, or get the one sickle ready, and just throw it back in the head. And that way, I at least got one sickle done for this year, or at least I got the one sickle fully rebuilt and all that, and that's out of the way. So I've kind of thought about that, and I may end up doing that after I think about that, because yeah, it'd fit in here, and yeah, it's a nice day, cool day, and yeah, that would kind of help alleviate that problem and get one of them done. And beats doing it when it's 95, kind of by yourself now. You got to worry about trying to get stuff done better, and that would be more justified. If we're hauling grain, I can still get quite a bit of it done while we're hauling between loads. But yeah, probably is a good idea. I mean, basically, you're going to cut wheat in 20 days, so yeah, I can pull it in here, get it ready, do all that. But yeah, just and what sickle's in there I can cut with it. It's 100 acres of wheat. That's no big deal. It'll be just fine. I think I switched at the end last year, but I'm not. After I think about that, I'm not sure. I may have to look, but regardless, I can rebuild one sickle and all that. And hell, I can adjust the hold down. I can adjust the hold downs too. Get them kind of adjusted. Other than that, nothing to do to it hardly. I do got to change the filter. The filter does need changed, which I got that over here. We usually cut wheat with it and then replace it after. So, I mean, that's no big deal. So yeah, I can do that after. That's no big deal, because you're going to be an oily mess when you do that. That's just a guarantee. So I can do that. Check the drive chain on it. You can always check it. So, but other than that, that's pretty well it on it. But I have not called, like I said, have not called the guy. I probably should. Supposed to get hotter this week, which that's fine. It's a big improvement in the corn. I mean, I think it's really big improvement. I mean, I was watering my sweet corn right out in front of my shop there last week, and we got one of them sprinklers that goes above it and all that, and kind of had it adjusted where it'd get kind of 4 rows. Well, heck, if the wind would change, and it's kind of broken the rotate side. And when you got part of the field corn with it, I mean, man, it was like the seed guy said, it was amazing what a little bit of water would do. I mean, I know I had there Friday morning, I let it run about 2 hours. Kind of one spot I really hadn't got. Kind of was here right next to the shop. I hadn't really got much water on it. Just kind of hadn't worried about I lacked about probably 15 feet of ever getting all of it. Not that I'll worry about the majority of it. And yeah, I went ahead and I let her run, and man, it never did struggle there at all there. I mean, basically even Saturday come back here in the field. I mean, I had water pouring out of it when I came back here there that one time, but was a good soaker. And yeah, I mean, and you could even tell there, Saturday evening when a little bit of corn here in front of my shop was rolling. I mean, we came back from, we got my semi back. It's back in my shed. Won't mention how much that bill was. That was expensive, but anyway, it's back, good to go. Hopefully it'll last 40 more years, hopefully, or Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it was night and day difference on the corn there late Saturday evening. You could tell just to a T what the extra water did. Hell, like me and the seed guys said, if it cooled it off any or cooled it off there Friday, you could really see it. But nope, that's where we're at. I got just very little bit to do this tractor. Just got a few things to pick out. Yeah, take the RTK off, put it in the combine. We think it'll work. New DigiFarm thing has got that thing on it. I think it'll work just fine. Other than that, that's all I can think of. Yeah, hopefully haul some corn. I hope tomorrow. Nobody's called yet. I mean, we're getting kind of down to the end that I don't think anybody's going to be calling. But if I can get the grain cart loaded, I can get quite a bit out of that bin, and we got a truck left. Well, we might be able to clean the bin out with our grain cart and a truck. I just don't know. It's going to be close. That would be nice to kind of get it out of the way. It's got a screwed up floor that's really a total pain in the butt cleaning out. But I will try and wash this tractor off. Wash it off before I take it over there. Won't wash it yet because loading corn, you're going to get covered in fuzz and all that. So there's no use wasting your time. Alfalfa really did. It's been growing back good, but man, it's really growing back now. They spread dry fertilizer on it Saturday morning. Seed guy and I talked. We weren't really gonna spread it. We didn't really think it was gonna rain enough to amount to anything, and we kind of got gun shy. Didn't want to spread it and have it just sitting here on top of the ground. But kind of thin right here. I mean, it always was thin right here. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've always said I was going to go buy some cheap alfalfa, Roundup Ready alfalfa, and just throw out here. Now, we did one year, and it did survive. Seed guy said it wouldn't make it, and I may still try and go do some of that. But I think this is its fourth year. I got to look. Seed guy and I was trying to think. We think we think this is its fourth year. So, I mean, it's getting pretty well close on the end, but I mean, it's still doing good. I mean, still doing dang good. So, but anyway, it really grew back a lot as well. So, I mean, that should basically at least bank on a very, very good second crop cut. So that will be nice. But other than that, that's all I can think of. I mean, I really think wheat harvest will be that last week of June. I mean, we'll know more. We get through, basically this week. We'll know a lot more because supposed to be in the 90s. Rain again Sunday, I think, which by then it will be very, very welcome. A little bit. I really can't think of anything else. And after we cut our wheat and all that, we do got a knife kit to put in our 4408 corn head. Gonna have Berkey's come out and give me a hand putting that in. It basically makes the roll like a Gerienhof. There's extra knives there. Kind of figured out the hard way that the case corn head was cheaper, which we would have priced Gerienhof. Now, that being said, we still did come out cheaper per se with the case. I don't know, I have my reservations, but the one thing with the Gerienhof that I was very, very gun shy of is, and nobody could ever explain it, neighbors had the exact same issue. Row 7, I think it was, if I remember right. Row 7, new knives, didn't matter. First 3 years was fine. Never had no issues at all with it. And we adjusted our knives on it. They're on that row. Kept adjusting them. Now we did mess with it, but it just basically, in really wet stalks, it would just basically start piling up right at the back and just kind of going in a wad. One year we actually put new knives on that row only one year. We put 2 on there, so kind of spaced them apart. Did not do anything. Did not do nothing. That last year I bought a Calmer deck plate deal for it. Was going to put it on. Kind of fought it, and they said that would fix our problem. We put the new piece at the end, at the very, very back of it. They said that was the problem. Never did fix itself. Never did. Neighbors had the exact same problem. So I finally said, the heck with it. When you're trying to pick a little bit of heavier moisture corn or just back green sappy stuff, and now it got dry, was fine. If you was picking dry or corn basically when the stalks dried off, was fine. Heck, you never had a problem. When it got tough again, you was way back, slowed back down. I ran the head faster trying to offset it, slowed it down. That did not do anything. We put new deck plates on. They thought that might fix it, which they were anyway. That didn't do anything. So that last year, I thought I'll just put a set of Calmer deck plates on that row because they said that would fix it. Well, bought it, ended up traded corn heads, so returned the parts, so never did get the opportunity to run it. Wish I kind of would have, but for the price, I'm glad we did not get it put on. But yeah, I kind of wish in some ways had a gearing off head, but after we fought that row and all that, it aggravating. It was very, very aggravating. Just very, very frustrating, and gearing off could not figure it out. That was just very, very frustrating part that they couldn't figure it out. And when you got to them in the area, that just kind of told me that something's amiss. We always said the gearbox was weak. Never tore it up though. So yeah, we don't know. It never did tear up on it. And wasn't going to take it apart and figure out anyway that it was A-okay and he tore it apart. But yeah, so anyway, we went with the K-Sed. Reservations right now. I mean, I know the gearing off worked great. Kind of wish we'd have had the gearing off back now in some ways. That's my opinion. 50-50, but the rep did throw a lot of money to get us back into a case head. I voiced my opinion there because that one year we had that first year we had fluff problems, and yeah, which like everybody said, and we fought it there when we had our Massey that first year. We kind of had fluff problems, and yeah, I never got it shined up, and I think that was our problem a lot with the case head that year. Never got shined up, but everybody's having problems. But yeah, the gearing off, we had zero fluff problems. Never had any problems. That's one thing that I hated with the Massey, and yeah, then this case had it, just kind of frustrating. Now a neighbor, the guy that had one, said when they went to the 12-row corn head from the 8-row, they said our fluff problem went away, but he said we're running a lot slower. He said was running 5 to 5.5, and he said now they're running about 4.4, 4.5, and he said the fluff problem is not there, so, which makes sense, understandably. But that's my complaint. Case said I'm still not sold on it all. I'm still not keen on it, but there's extra knives here. I can show you them. But basically, it makes it like a gearing off roll, and supposedly they call it a trash knife. Basically, it just makes it off. But you slap that in there, and fairly simple way it looks. It's just kind of a guy doing it's going to be a pain in the butt because you got to keep spinning the roll to make sure they're not going to hit, because you're going to loosen all them knives on the others as well. So it's going to be really a pain. So they're going to come help me do that, and the guy's going to CMI the Draper head as well. So and get all that ready, because there's bearings on that drum. When they go out, it gets pretty spectacular, I've told, and gets pretty expensive. So yeah, do not want to have that happen. But yep, checking that over. But I want to do that to our corn head, and I think it'll help stock processing and the extra knives grabbing the stalk as well at the gearing off, because I never have. It's okay chewing stalks, but the gearing off was more aggressive. And we also got Yetter Devastators coming from Precision Planting here, our nearby dealer. They're going to help put them on as well for me, so I can kind of get all that done at once. But I've also told them at Case, I said, well, hey, if our regular knives are wore enough or whatever, I said, we can just put all new knives on and start over. Because, I mean, like I told the one guy, I mean, it ain't got very many acres on it, but, I mean, man, we're going to go through all the trouble to put all them on. I'm like, man, I hate to spend the money, but, it's almost kind of pointless to put them knives on and have to come back in, say, 2 years and put the other knives on, or a year, and you got to go back in and retime all them, and then in 2 more years, you got them wore out. And yeah, you could basically, when you do it, like the gearing off, you replace them all at once, and it's simple that way. So I'm going to have them look at it while they're up here. And then got, I guess what I call roast sense, or auto guide for the corn head. So got to get that put on. So I've always used RTK, and it's been mediocre. Never have really been a fan, but always wanted roast sense, so finally went and did it. Be kind of nice. I think that's where I'll end the video, though, guys. Knick-knack stuff. But yeah, just basically everything is ready to go for wheat almost. Just waiting on the weather and just go from there. But the rain here should help test weight. Well, that should be a very, very big help on test weight. So that was my kind of concern on some test weight being low. Don't know. Who knows? The wheat's not ripe, so the rain didn't hurt anything. But that's been kind of my concern was lower test weight with not much rain to finish on the kernels. But we shall see in hopefully about 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks. I'll just say 2 weeks. But that's where I'll end the video. I think I'll call it good there, and hope you have a good week. Hope if everybody gets some rain as well, if you need some rain, and go from there. But double crop beans should plant good now, at least. That should be a lifesaver. The planter at least go in the ground now. We're not planting yet, but should be a very, very big help. Other planter still at KZ. Have not even talked to them about it, but other planter is still sitting at KZ. As far as it's inside getting worked on. They had to finish something first, and they were going to move in on it. So I have not talked to them about that. Don't want to get that bill either again. But that's where I'll leave this video. Hope you all have a good day, and if I don't upload another video, a good week. And I'll check in again soon. Later.